My name is Frode Solberg. I'm the Norwegian ambassador to the Republic of Korea. And today I have the privilege to introduce you to a prominent guest of mine, the Honorable In-seok Kwon, who is a lawmaker, a representative of the Democratic Party in the National Assembly here in Seoul. It's a privilege to have you here in the Norwegian residence, Madam Kwon. Maybe you can start off by telling a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the invitation. It's very honored to be here and talk with you. Hello, I'm In-seok Kwon. I'm a National Assembly member of the Minju Party. My standing committees are the Gender Equality and Family Committee and the Education Committee. Before becoming a lawmaker, I was head of the Korean Women's Development Institute, KWDI. And before that, I was a professor of women's studies at Myeongji University in Seoul. Let me introduce my background a little bit. In the 80s, I was arrested for participating in the labor movement. And I was sexually tortured by the police, and I made it public. So my incident has become a symbol of Korean democratic movement, which ended military dictatorship at the time. And I received compensation money from the country, and with the money, I established the Labor Human Rights Center. I worked there for three or 4 years. As a member of National Assembly, my main focus is on gender equality and human rights issues. I was the chair of the Human Rights Committee of the Minju Party, and I often accused of being the most pro-human rights lawmaker in the Minju Party. It's the joke.
Right. Oh, it's a very, I would say, both an impressive background, but also a very strong story.
Yes.
That I think moves us and makes a deep impression of what you have experienced. Thank you very much also for sharing this, and I know that you have been open with this, and of course that has put a mark on the development of the Republic of Korea, which I think is very important. And the issues you are engaged in are extremely important as well. Maybe one concrete question. What does that mean for you?
Seoul Culture Festival is the largest queer festival in Korea. Have you ever been there?
Yes, I have. I've been taking part every year since I came.
But last year you couldn't.
It was
be there,
just
right?
No, that's true.
Yeah.
So the 2 first years I were here, it was very much active. I even walked in the parade.
Very big festival.
Yes.
Very proud festival.
Absolutely.
Yes. The festival began in 2000, so this year marks its 21st anniversary. Korea's queer culture festivals are about resistance and as well as fun. It's very much fun.
Yes, yeah.
This can be seen in this year's slogan is the Born the Age of Discrimination. And during the Seoul mayor, this year we have a mayor election in Seoul, right?
Yes,
Do you remember? In April, there was a significant amount of discriminatory speech from the candidates regarding the queer festival. Comments such as, do it somehow less visible. An example, I think the most important meaning of a queer culture festival is showing everyone that the LGBTQI are here. So that's why it is important.
No, and I totally agree. It's a very important statement, and as you said, a lot of fun where people can be themselves, and I think I've been appreciating.
We are here. We are very delighted.
Exactly.
We are not so different.
No,
in some way it's very different.
Exactly, and also appreciate the fact of at least how this is expressed, but it's open for everyone. I'm
open for everyone, right?
I can be different if I want to, and that's a great privilege. But touching upon that, Madam Kwon, how do you feel is the situation for LGBTQI persons in the Republic of Korea today? And what may the biggest challenge, do you think, for LGBTQI people?
Yes, you heard about the Sergeant Byun who has committed suicide last March, right? And I think there has been several reports about the deaths of especially the transgender people, and I think more deaths. We have more deaths that haven't been reported, haven't been identified as the deaths of the LGBTQI. But the thing is, we don't have many coming out.
Oh.
Yeah, especially to their family and their friends, especially to parents. I think the vast majority of LGBTQI people couldn't come out.
No.
Couldn't come out. I think it's the most important reality of South Korean LGBTQI people has faced.
Yeah.
I think.
But does that mean it's still sort of connected with shame? Is that why people don't want to come out?
Yes, it's very much connected to shame and discrimination and hatred, but also it is very much related to family culture. Yeah. We don't want their parents to be miserable, to be desperate, to be unhappy, but we are very related and feel a lot of responsibility of family's happiness. That's the one reason we couldn't come out, because it would hurt. And it would hurt their family members. And also we think that those people would think they cannot handle this matter.
Right.
Those parents cannot handle this matter, right?
So that's why you think that then many people would hide their own feelings, their own emotions, their own love, in order to protect and make life easier for their parents and their family.
For the parents, I think that's the big, the one important reason they couldn't come out.
I think to a certain extent, it's very unselfish, but also very sad.
Well, very sad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very exact description, I think.
And I think also why maybe then the Seoul Queer Culture Parade could play an important role in helping to create maybe.
I'm here.
Yes,
to show I'm here,
Yeah.
and then they can show their identity. To other friends and to other people. They don't know
that they need to be there in order to help many people to realize that that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. It's are there any measures? What do you think can be done in order to maybe improve the situation for what can we do? What can the society do? What can the Korean society do in order to make life easier in a way?
I think we must create an environment where LGBTQI people can be safe after coming out. That's the basic thing. And so that's why we want to pass the Antidiscrimination law. And then also we proposed today, the Minju Party proposed that we call it Equality Act, the law today, because it's the same Anti-Discrimination law. We have the same different names for same content.
Right.
And then it's the kind of a basic. We're setting up basic standard to make people safe from those hatred and discrimination.
Right.
A very safe standard. And it's the first thing we can do. But South Korea has been progressed in many ways regarding sexual violence or those many other the human rights issues, but not about the LGBTQI. We couldn't make many progress on this issue. I'm very sad and how can I express? Feel sorry and guilty, and it's all those things that intertwined regarding these issues. We haven't touched this issue directly, and we haven't talked about this issue that much.
No.
Always put behind other issues, And it's a shame, I think.
But do you also think then that parades, like the queer parade, can that also, even though some people might be opposing parades like that,
Sure.
but can it bring also more life into a political debate?
I think we have great resistance from Christian people.
Yeah.
And people who have some power are afraid of their opposition. So in National Assembly or other political area, we haven't talked this issue that much. No. Those politicians are very much afraid of being accused of the homosexuals, and the opposition of those Christian the people are so organized, so strong, so persistent. So the politicians or other the powerful people has no courage to get over get over the opposition. I think.
I see. Oh, that's interesting to hear, and I think also that's something one sees during the parade, that it creates strong emotions. Norway, and I come from a country that has put a lot of emphasis on pushing for equal rights for all, and also putting that as part of the legislation in different acts. But you also said, Madam Kwan, that it's now, as far as I understand, this has been debated regarding the Anti-Discriminatory Act for quite some time. But there seems to be some, if I understand it correctly, there is some movement in that question right now.
This anti-discrimination law movement, yes. Actually, the first proposition happened in 2007. And so we have this debate over anti-discrimination law over 14 years, but not that strong, not that strong debate. I think, as I said, those politicians are so much afraid of getting involved in this debate because of the opposition was so strong from the Christian people. So
you don't think that the act will be decided upon very soon?
I hope so.
It's a difficult question,
so.
I realize.
It's going to be very difficult. In the Minju Party, I think most politicians are still very much afraid of being involved in this debate. But I think things are getting changed.
And that's sort of course, difficult in what is regarded as sensitive issues. That this discussion seems to be difficult. In our embassy, and together with many countries, we have a strong focus on not only working for promotion of political ties or trade, but also gender issues, equality for all. Do you have any guidance or advice for us? What could we do, or any help that we can do in order to improve the situation for LGBTQI persons in the Republic of Korea?
You have done a lot of things already, I think, participating in the parade and then also trying to show empathy and then trying to say your examples about how you achieve this anti-discrimination law and everything. Is very, already have done enough things. Also, you are helping to spread the positive opinion on this issue. So, I think because South Koreans are very much interested in how you organize your own society, how you raise gender equality, fighting over discrimination and hatred. So I cannot ask more.
No, but I think you make a very important point as well, that and a point that I always make as well, that it's up to each and every country to find their way, and it's not neither my job or my country's job to tell anyone else what to do, because that's a path one has to choose. But it's always, I think, in these, always when we're talking about important issues, it's nice to share experiences, and we can tell what we have done and what we have found successful, even though we have a way to go as well. But it's always nice to talk about important challenges, and this is an important challenge for I think for the whole global society, and it needs to be addressed, and that's why I think we appreciate very much to work together.
Working together is very important, and also I think some Korean people, not every Korean people, but some Korean people already know how much you are enthusiastic in this issue. So I think your example and your effort is already very much, important and then appreciating, I think.
Thank you very much, and we stand ready, as always, to cooperate with you. With the Republic of Korea on all issues, and this is, of course, one important one. Ms. Kwon, I thank you very much for sharing both a little bit of your background, and a strong history as well. And I think the world needs people like you to stand up and tell about their experience and try to make change.
Thank you very much for
Thank
the invitation.
you very much.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.